Good morning students and welcome back to Alchemy online classes. Students, in our previous class we have discussed about fundamentals, right? So what are fundamental rights and how many fundamental rights we are having? Tell me about that. Fundamental right means the Constitution of India grants 6 basic rights to every Indian citizen. These are known as the fundamental rights, and they are: first, right to equality; second, right to freedom; third, rights against exploration; fourth, right to freedom of religion; fifth, right to constitutional remedies; and last, cultural and educational rights. So students, along with this all rights, the Constitution also gives us duties that we must do. What are the duties? That now we shall see. Fundamental duty. A duty is something that we are required to do. As citizens of a country, we have some duties towards our country. These duties are called fundamental duties. The Indians have to perform these duties to promote brotherhood and unity in the country. For example, it is our right to use public transport, but it is our duty to not damage it. These are some of important fundamental duties. One more example we can take, that we can use road as public property, but it's our duty: do not throw garbage on the road, do not split on the road, do not harm any public property. These all are our fundamental duties. With rights we are getting these all duties, and if we are not following our fundamental duties, we don't have any right, any fundamental right. And if anyone is harming the country's property, so it can be punishable act. The person will get punishment by the court for that. Now we will discuss some fundamental duties. First, to respect all national symbols, including the national flag and the national anthem. We have to respect our national anthem and national flag, but including these two, we have to respect other national symbols also. We cannot disrespect any national symbol. Second, to protect public property, including public transport and public monument. We have to take care about public monuments and public transport. Do not split or throw garbage while using public transport or when you visit to public monument. It's your responsibility to keep it clean and safe. As an Indian, this responsibility is given by the Constitution. Third, to protect and improve natural environment. We have to protect our natural environment. Because of our misuses, we cannot harm our environment. This is a human being responsibility towards nature also, to keep environment clean, not to make it dirty. Fourth, to defend our country during the time of an attack and never disrespect it. We have to defend our country if anyone, any other person from other country attack on our country, and we never disrespect our country. Fifth, to avoid violence and not promote it. As this is also our fundamental duty, We cannot be violent with anyone. We cannot promote violence to support anyone. We have to be calm. It's our duty also, and we have to be calm for ourselves also. Last, to respect all religions, cultures and peoples of the country. As we know, India is a many religious and many cultural country. Many religion people and many cultural, different cultures people are living together in India. To maintain peace, love, unity and brotherhood, we have to respect all cultures, all religious. So student, we have learned about our rights and duties. These all were our duties. Yesterday we learned about our rights and today we learn about our duties. Now we'll discuss the directive principle of state police, which aim at making the state welfare state. What are the directive principle of state policy? Now we will see. The directive principle of state policy are a set of guidelines which need to be followed by government for the welfare of the people. Some important directive principles are: first, the state should provide opportunity to all for earning a livelihood. Every state should provide opportunity for earning a livelihood, so everyone can earn livelihood for themselves and their family also. Men and women should be paid equally for the same kind of amount of work. If a man and a woman working on the same post for the same hours, so they should be paid equally. No one can give higher salary to men just because he is a man, and women can get less salary though she is doing the same kind of work as the man is doing. So they both should get the same amount of salary. Third, all forms of wildlife and plant must be provided by the government. And last, place and object of national significance must be protected by the government. Government have to protect all these things, our national significance and places, national places, national heritage. This all government has to protect. Now I'll show you a video related to our fundamental rights and fundamental duties.
Our rights and duties. What are the rights and duties? The Indian Constitution assures every Indian citizen some fundamental rights that protect us from injustice. In turn, we, the citizens, are expected to perform certain fundamental duties that contribute to the welfare of the nation. What are these fundamental rights and duties? Let us define them. The privileges given to the citizens of the country are termed as rights. Some of these rights are natural rights, such as the right to live and the right to self-protection. Others are legal rights, like the right to equality and the right to education. The fundamental rights form the base of a democracy. Fundamental duties are, so to say, the other side of the coin. They are obligations that each citizen has towards his or her country. Just as it is our duty at home to respect elders, so too as citizens of this country we must fulfill certain duties, like protecting the integrity of our country. Fundamental rights. As an Indian citizen, each one of us enjoys certain fundamental rights granted to us by the Constitution. If a citizen is deprived of a fundamental right, he or she can approach a court of law. Let's take a look at some of the important fundamental rights. Right to equality. Right to freedom. Right against exploitation. Right to freedom of religion. Cultural and educational rights. And right to constitutional remedies. Right to free and compulsory education up to the age of 14. This right gained the status of fundamental right in 2002. Fundamental duties. If we are entitled to enjoy certain rights, we must also perform certain duties towards our country. What then are these duties? Let's take a look at a few of the important duties. We must follow the rules laid down in the Constitution. Honor the national flag and the national anthem. Help in maintaining the unity of the country. Rise to defend the country when it is in danger. Protect and preserve our national property. Protect and preserve our environment. Treat all Indians as equals.
So students, have you seen the video? Okay. Now today we learn about our fundamental duties which we are getting with our rights. And we also learn about directive principle of state policy. Now we will take a quick recap of both of this and then we will end here. Our fundamental duties. To respect all national symbols including the national flag and national anthem. Second, to protect public property including public transport and public monument. Third, to protect and improve natural environment. Fourth, to defend our country during the time of an attack and never disrespect of it. Fifth, to avoid violence and not promote it. Last, to respect all religions, cultures and people of the India. Now we'll take a look of directive principle of state policy. Some important directive principles are: first, the state should provide opportunities to all for earning a livelihood. Second, men and women should be paid equally for the same kind and amount of job. Third, for all forms of wildlife and plant must be provided by the government. Fourth, place and objects of national significance must be protected by the government. So, we learn about our fundamental rights, our fundamental duties and directive principle of state policy.